Hey guys, I'm talking here about Westworld Season 1 finale, and I'm going to go into full spoilers, so if you haven't seen Westworld Season 1 finale, stop watching, or keep watching if you don't care about spoilers, but you've now been warned, so let's go. I thought this was a very satisfying finale, and I really liked a lot of these reveals we got here at the end. I love this show, but I had one big piece of nervousness going into this finale, which is simply that, yes, the fact that the Man in Black and William were one and the same was something that everyone had been guessing for so long now and seemed so obvious at this point that if that had been saved for a final reveal of the season, it would have been pretty weak. And, you know, you could still argue that it did sort of lessen what was meant to be a big impactful moment in the finale. But that moment happened about halfway through a 90-minute episode. And so that sort of lifted a weight for me because they got that out of the way and now they had plenty more time. And I think what happened in that time was great. I loved finding out the circumstances of exactly what happened with this massacre that Teddy kept flashing back to and Wyatt. And that Wyatt was Dolores, and Dolores was Wyatt. That was kind of a cool reveal that I personally had not guessed. I'm sure some people out there on the internet had, but I thought that was really cool, and finding out the specifics there. And then, of course, what happened with Ford at the end, and the fact that, he had come around to Arnold's way of thinking, and he did want the robots to find themselves, to find their consciousness. I also really like the counterpoint of when everything goes crazy at the end, and Dolores kills Ford, and then, all the hosts show up and start shooting, and they shoot Man in Black, or William, his little smile, because there's kind of a counterpoint there to the fact that William and Ford, they kind of wanted the same thing at the end, William wanted the game to be more real, he wanted the stakes to be real. Well, basically, that's the same thing that Ford wanted as far as maybe it wasn't about the game, but the fact of giving them life and becoming fully realized. So in a way, they both wanted that. I also, by the way, don't think William is dead. He got shot in the arm and they cut away. I think he'll be back. We'll find out about the rest of the board, Charlotte, for instance, next season, and there's plenty of questions there, and what will happen with Dolores, because I don't think the park's been taken over fully at this point, so, with Dolores, if she was, taken in, would they possibly let her still exist, or why would they? But those are all questions we'll find out about in Season 2. For now, we're left with Season 1's finale, and I thought a very strong finale, and a great swan song for Ford and for Anthony Hopkins' time on this show. Maybe he'll still pop up in guest appearances. We'll see. I'm guessing he's not going to be a series regular, but we'll find out. Anyway, those are my initial thoughts. I just finished this finale a few minutes ago, but we'll have plenty more on the Westworld finale. We're going to have a conversation we're going to do at IGN on Monday. You can read my full review at IGN.com. And for plenty more on all things Westworld, keep it here at IGN.